like a picture with a broken frame, alone and helpless.
Alright, so how did you become involved in the events of September 11th?
Well, I was actually working at my paid job because I was a volunteer firefighter, which was at Lincoln Center in Midtown Manhattan. And when the notice came across that there was something, of course, that had happened, that the World Trade Centers were on fire, we attempted, myself and a fellow firefighter, made every effort after we were released from work to go home and back to our firehouse. And when we found out that it would be difficult to do that, we reported to a local firehouse near Lincoln Center and rode down with them.
And what was it like being there?
Um, well, I guess the best description I can give you is similar to one that was in a newspaper article that basically looked like war or a bomb had gone off, something very large. The lower end of Manhattan when we arrived was completely covered in soot. It was just after the second collapse of the World Trade Center buildings, and it's almost impossible to describe.
And how much time did you spend down there?
Well, the first few days, actually about the first week, almost every day. From there, it started to wean off because, of course, work opened back up. We had to go back to work, and we would go down after work. Sometimes we'd ride together, and sometimes we'd go down individually because we may have other things that we had to do, but total was about 6 weeks.
And how do you think the event has changed your life?
Wow. Tough question. It's changed my life in a number of ways. A little bit of pride to be able to take all of my training and knowledge and years of experience as a firefighter and put them into such a large event, which not many people, I guess, really ever get the chance to do. It's changed my life because of multiple relocations to help shelter my children a little bit, understanding how traumatic it was for them. And it's changed my personal life, including my marriage, which has ended in divorce.
And do you think you suffer from any post-traumatic stress?
I don't know honestly how to answer that question, just due to the fact that I don't feel that I have. I haven't had any nightmares. I don't have any regrets of being there. I do remember everything quite vividly. The things that I did, the things I saw, what others did. But for the most part, I think a lot of it falls back on the training that we receive as first responders. You're doing your job, and if you don't do it, it could make a difference, meaning that the property could be lost if it's a house fire, or the person could not get the medical assistance that they need or be rescued from a certain situation that may cause them to have their life altered or even lose their life. So when training sort of takes over, um, it kind of blocks things for you as well. So, like I said, I don't feel that I've suffered from post-traumatic stress. Some people say that it can come back years later. I haven't had nightmares, and I feel a sense of pride for the job that I did and what I was able to contribute. So sometimes I regret the fact that I might not feel as guilty as some others or as some people think you should, but to be there and be asked the question by people who weren't there, I think makes it a little difficult to explain as well.
It looked like it was moving slowly, and it lined itself up to hit the building directly.
Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Out in the yard, your wife and children working on some stage in L.A. Did you stand there in shock and decide